just cover the DRX draft, and yeah, this is much better.
Way better, yeah.
If you could just cover the DRX draft, you're like, oh man, this is a sick dive comp. But then you look at the lane phase, so they should be able to secure this first dragon.
Yep, not to mention the fact that Berserker is catching a wave towards that bottom side. So Handle is
They're fighting for this,
up
though.
Life momentarily. Life goes in, nice double pulverizes. The heroic entrance will come down. They're looking to turn on the bottom lane. As DRX with the flash forward, and Life will be taken out. That's first blood over to Teddy. And that is angle here for Chovy if he does come on over, as Rich does cancel the back momentarily.
There's no one here.
Yeah, as there is the paranoia. Bouncing to the other side of the wall is Rich, and unfortunately, that was not the call.
Yeah, interesting. Over here, DRX are going to get their second dragon of the game because they still have all their control bottom side. They know that dive is likely to happen because the Nocturne hasn't shown up down here on the bottom side. They had no vision top side. I think Rich was aware there was a pretty high chance.
Yep, teleport is up as well as, all right, we're going aggressive. Berserker does manage to land the Deadly Flourish, but this Unbreakable Will is not quite enough, as Life will be able to limp his way up and not going to be able to defend any sort of Drake take.
But Prio to DNF because of that back timing, and they're going to look for a collapse onto Rich. I don't know if they necessarily get the kill, but they get the flash.
Yeah, they did manage to get comes on through. There is a ward down already as Life gets behind them. Wind becomes lightning. Into the back line he goes. Equalizer comes through as well as it's just melting them down. Life will be actually still alive here. Sponge takes down the Rift Herald, but in the meantime, it's Berserker that's threatening here against this Xin Zhao that's so incredibly low. These health bars are minuscule on DNF's side on that one.
And once again, DNF with Prio here. Teddy so far away, they want to wait for him to be the target before they look for the turn.
Yeah, Sponge is going to go in. Wind becomes lightning, does find Pioshik here, but he has the paranoia. Into the back line they go. Tries to get Teddy, but he gets out of the way of it. Still, Rich is able to bounce his way between worlds to keep himself alive, and now they're lined up. Teddy still looking for an angle here, but doesn't have the culling anymore. And Life likely to get locked down. There it is. As soon as that Winter's Bite hits, the Lucian's so good at proccing it. And down will go the Alistair. That should mean that the Drake belongs to DRX and Soul Point too.
This is such a good sign for DRX. I mean, Soul Point is massive, but the fact that they're able to win 2 fights back-to-back where Teddy is untouched the first time because they engaged before he was there.
That DNF can use that extra money in the coffers to deny Drake after Drake after Drake. As Paranoia comes down, they're looking for Sponge to be able to take him out here. Deadly Flourish is going to connect, but he's pretty well protected. Shockwave connects onto Teddy and to Sponge. The pulverizes there as well, and Teddy is just melted down. Nowhere good to go, and DNF, they spring to life. They will be able to lose life, unfortunately, there, as Rich is going to have to try and get himself out of the way. The flash will be utilized in order to do so, but now the Otacon should go over to DNF. Unless they are too scared to take it, we'll see. 18 seconds on Teddy.
It's a little bit scary with this Aurora here. Rich does not have TP. It looks like they're going to decide.
That gold lead still there for DNF as Dudu throws down the ulti, but unfortunately he is surrounded. In comes Life, finds the Winter's Bite there as well, and Dudu is going to go down. This could spell an Otacon as Bulldog is towards that top side, teleport in hand, but a 4v5, do you really want to be going?
The funny way these two drafts interact with each other is creating such a funky scenario here. But DNF, yes, use the dragon to then pull DRX there. They are slowly realizing that is how they have to play this.
Oh, Teddy on a bit of a flank angle here, which is kind of awkward. Shockwave connects onto 2. The Equalizer goes down as well just to finish off Handle, and it is going to work out. No door anymore for DRX. As Yahoo able to use that Justice Punch to escape, but this will mean no soul for DRX.
Whatsoever. This is the power of this comp when you have Prio, and without it, DRX played a waiting game.
In the meantime, we've got junglers doing battle with one another, but the fear is fantastic. Shockwave is even better from Bulldog. As Teddy's been exhausted, this culling is not going to be doing the damage that they wanted to, and now Dudu has made his way into the fight. Equalizer still up and available. DRX need to be so careful because this Rumble is so scary. Still Teddy trying to go aggressive as Dudu is going to go down. The Equalizer's still doing some work, but this is the DRX show now. Teddy's just dead because he walked up the red carpet, but thankfully, Rich is still there with the damage, grabs the double, and DRX find their first team fight win.
A big win here for DRX. They're going to turn his turret here. He's the only one alive here for DNF.
Oh,
he's going to get away with
it. He has the curtain call. Andal's
There's
there.
no way, yeah.
Sorry, Curtain Call doesn't actually do anything to a Braum.
Although that is Baron timer's being wasted by this. If DNF just walk away, they're like, cool, got a bunch of your Baron time, by the way, and they can still kill time and stay for the contest.
Yeah, Life could be in a little bit of trouble here as there's a little bit of a taunt onto the Alistar, and Paranoia used defensively. That's a big tool that DNF will not have now, and the Otacon going to be so much more difficult for them to take, especially with Rich pushing up this mid lane.
I like how DNF are playing this, though. The defensive Paranoia works out for them, and they can still contest this Otacon. They are going to lose this turret for sure, but the Baron timer is half wasted here. That could have been a lot worse for them. Now, like you said,
seconds before the Drake is up. And so DRX, if they manage to get everything in order, push up all of these waves and add all that pressure, wandering back to get themselves this Infernal Soul should be something that they can orchestrate for themselves.
I just don't see the angle for DNF just yet. They're going to have to really slow play this, and Dudu is caught.
Yeah, Teddy is going to find Dudu here, who does have to break his arm guard. Thankfully, he did have the item, otherwise he was probably just dead. Scrap Shield not going to be quite enough to deal with the culling that Teddy is wielding now. Very close to 4 items as DRX once again in control of the river.
They're giving a lot of it away, though, and Bulldog is slowly but surely inching his way closer to that Shockwave angle.
Yep, Dudu still has the Equalizer up as well, so if this Shockwave is going to be found, it could be a huge deal. You can see DRX trying it their very best just to spread out as Pyoshik will have control of this area. The Glacial Fissure goes down, but it doesn't quite work out here. It is going to be that Infernal Soul locked up for DRX, though, and DNF just not actually pulling the trigger on anything. Equalizer still up, Shockwave still up. And so a DRX, of course. Shockwave finally going to be used. There's the Equalizer. The curtains have been called as Andil will be sacrificed for the good of the team as Rich is going to explode as well into that pool of cinders.
This is a massive win for DRX, but I likely lost with it, but I love to see that we've seen massive improvements here in shot calling for DNF. And they're going to get Otacon as well.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is making the best out of a bad situation, right? Because they were sieging.
Waiting to see if Teddy steps too far forward or if that support jungle duo is also too far forward, contesting neutral. Pyoshik caught.
Very awkward position here as he's exhausted. Has to flash to get himself out of the way. Is there the flash pulverized from Life, but he doesn't manage to push Teddy back. Oh, it's a disaster in the end. They do get the combo onto Teddy, but that Maw of Malmortius means that it does basically nothing. And now the culling is a deadly back scratcher for Dudu, who's the last man standing. And as it felt like DNF had the initiative in these fights, they lose all of it and probably the game.
Yeah, I think this game is just simply donezo. Voidlings here going to help them start hitting this turret. The wave is just a few seconds away, and with these death timers, this certainly should be the end here of Game 1. A heroic attempt from DNF here, but DRX got Teddy ahead. His positioning was phenomenal. Dudu now just one man against the world.
A little bit of desperation there as the buffed up Rumble on this patch, not quite enough to deal with the Fountain Laser in the end. As Life turns up, man, he's going to be kicking himself, right? I feel like Life has had so many better performances than from early.